round 3. And as you know, I think it is one of the Ferraris that are leading the championship, which is, no it's not, it's Sandman with the 25-point advantage ahead of Tom, who's moved up to Ferrari. So that's a very good news for him, as he came second in Renault, I believe, last race. I believe Hayes got took out by another guy and Beastie spun off, and the other Ferrari crashed himself out. Granty Boy, I had no idea where he finished. I think he made an extra stop, so he actually fell down to P3 or 4. So the Chinese Grand Prix will be a bit difficult because that turn 1 is tricky. You have to judge your braking point right, and you need more downforce on the front in order to turn in properly, as it does lead to turn 2. Then you have to pick up the throttle carefully as you make your way up to turn 2 to 3, leading to turn 3. Otherwise you will lose traction. You don't want to be on the throttle too early. The tricky left-hander and right-hander, you can get a bit oversteery on that. I don't know if it's full throttle for some, depending on what their setting is. For Ferraris and Mercedes, I don't think they'll go fully flat out after their car is not really suitable for downforce. Red Bull Sandman. Red Bull Sandman. He will have plenty of advantage, but he will lose out in the straight because we had practice race against him, so he'll definitely lose out in the straight.
So you sound like Jamie.
Fucking sleeping again. It's fucking sleeping again, isn't it?
Oh my god.
You need to mute us, Jamie.
This time we will not fall asleep this time.
If he falls asleep, I'll take it upon myself to wake him in a rather rude fashion.
The only person I've unmuted is Balji because I actually trust him without interrupting me. So Chinese is a complex track. It's harsh on tyre wear. The best strategy I would recommend to go for is the softs to mediums. I think it'll be an easy one stop depending on what the setup is like and how harsh it goes on the tyres. The ultra softs I wouldn't recommend at all because it loses grip within about 3 or 4 laps. You don't want to go on there at all, especially being on them qualifying tyres on the ultras as well. I reckon people in Q2 will go on the softs or mediums. We've seen Hayes go on the medium tyres in Australia.
I have a question, if you're able to answer.
You can answer the question.
You can ask a question.
You can ask the question.
Answer it.
Yeah, sorry.
If in Q3,
Yes.
not in Q3, in Q1,
Yes.
you use the supers.
The tyre strategy here is ultras, softs and mediums. Q1, go out on any tyre you want. Q2, if you start in the top 10 in Q2 and that's the fastest lap you set your tyres on, then you have to start on those tyres in the top 10.
So Q3 we're going ultras.
Yeah, because that's the flat out one
Q2,
to go to pole. Q2 is about getting into top 10. Q1's about getting to the top 15 or 16.
Q1 is Q1 is the supers.
Yes.
Those are hypers. Yeah, right. Supers in Q1.
Yeah.
Q2 is a soft or medium.
Q2 is the softs or mediums, yes, because that's the tyre that will start on. You'll start on in the top 10. But if you're outside the top 10 in Q2,
I'm gonna reverse strategy. I'm gonna start on mediums.
and I do believe I've got a spelling error in one of my titles again. I've got to change that before it becomes embarrassing, before anyone else sees it. And I'll delete the comment, and I'll delete the comment as well.
Why can't you start on mediums?
You can start on mediums. It's just that Zach doesn't want to because he knows he's going to be so slow in the first. Well, the medium tires are so slow.
Well, yeah, if you start mediums and you can keep a decent pace and then just jump on the softs for the last leg and then try and take positions because everyone's tyre wear will be fucked.
I want to delete the comment, but it won't let me. Oh yeah, there it will. Before it becomes embarrassing, I just remove the comment just in case.
Is it a 2-stop or a 1-stop?
Depending what tyres you start on. If you're on the ultra softs, that'll be a definite 2-stop. If you do the soft tyres, or if your soft tyres are too damaged, then it's a 2-stop. But I would recommend doing the 1-stop. Much easier, much. You don't have to negotiate your way through traffic as well, because people are on this. Other people are going to be on the soft tyres as well. So yeah, the 1-stop is recommended around here as well. No, it doesn't seem like it, but trust me, it will pay out.
What's the pit lap on the softs?
I did 18 laps on the softs in China, believe it or not, in last season's race. So the pit window is about lap 12 to 14 is the pit window.
Right.
And if you don't believe me doing 18,
the key is set a good lap on your first lap on the softs so you can save them.
a copyright claim on this video. Well, basically, how is that supposed to happen? What do you mean I've got a copyright claim on this video? Okay. Oh, I reported myself by accident.
You reported yourself for a copyright claim by accident?
Yeah.
What a fucking knob.
I've reported myself by accident to see if it actually worked, and it worked, so not doing that ever again.
Can we fucking start now?
Yeah, but look at how many people in this lobby? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 16 drivers in this lobby. I believe some of them are new as well. So, for example, Hard Evark is new. I was calling him Hard.
Game Gang put free for all in the chat.
Berry, I think he's new as well. No, he's not. I think I've seen him somewhere, but hasn't raced often. There, we've got another driver promotion, and it is Drazer Bazin who's moved up to Red Bull. I think he demoted Mr. Debo down to. He's not here, so Mr. Debo is not here at the moment. Yes, he is. He's in the Haas. So he's partners with Jockum down with the 4th place as well. And Tom is in 2nd place in the championship because he had an amazing result in Bahrain, scoring those 80 points in 2nd place. He retired in Australia, so he didn't pick up 9 points. So hopefully Drazer Bazin down a good car and a better car, he can actually score some points and finally get his first podium, because he was on to score his first podium in Belgium last season, but the red flag came out, so all the other drivers were back in the race, and I believe he finished P4 or 5, so hopefully he can get a podium here because he's in a much better car. His pace is good, so hopefully he can do his best in the Red Bull. Game Gang demoted down to Sauber after being in Ferrari, one of the biggest teams, and he's basically done a Raikkonen, gone to Ferrari to Sauber, which is also called Alfa Romeo in 2019. Hayes hasn't scored any points yet, but that's not true because the Australian race didn't count on, so he has scored points. So he did get a victory in Australia. If you go the session manager, it doesn't count Australia for some reason. So I think this is a brand new lobby. There's the tracks for you: Bahrain, China, Azerbaijan. I think all the tracks are in as well for this calendar, so no tracks are missing. Obviously we don't do the shorter tracks, but in F2 I think it's much different because we're getting rid of Azerbaijan, Monaco and Singapore, I believe. So we're getting rid of those 3 tracks because it's a hard track as well. Then we go to spectator mode, which I should be in. Yes, I am. I mean, yeah, that's what I meant to say. Australia does count, but that was in a different lobby. It does count, well, that's what I meant to say. Oh, make myself a moderator. Oh, it says remove. I can't remove myself. It is 25 to... It should be starting at... Just a question, who are you and why are you calling me stupid? Who was that? A random guy just joined the party and said some random things and left. Called me stupid in the process, and I have no idea where he is. Who he is, sorry. So in Q1 I presume people will be on the ultra softs because that doesn't really matter unless they want to save tyres, and into Q2 people have got to start the soft tyres to mediums as well because they're not the most reliable tyres. Ultra softs as all. Oh, we should have another commentator, but he's not here.
Balanced or harder, balanced or harder.
Harder.
Stronger, better, faster.
Stronger.
No, that don't kill me.
I'm interested in this lobby. I don't know who's got the pace around here because we did have a few practice sessions, but the main guys didn't join, like Sandman, Hayes, and Granty Boy. Vroom as well. Drazabazza never joins the practice sessions, neither does Jockum. I want to see what other drivers could do.
I've got the pace.
So as you can see on the left hand side of your screen, ladies and gentlemen, everyone's on the Ultrasoft so far. No one's gone into a different tyre strategy yet, but it's Q2 I presume people will be on the softs to mediums, or softs or mediums, sorry. But people, I don't know what people do or what their strategy is or what they think in their head about the strategy. And hypersoft, oh that says medium, sorry, I thought that said hypersoft, it must be colourblind. So Beastie's on the medium tyres for the Ferrari. There's the guy coming out, which is the Force India, so let's have a look who that is. That is Zach's teammate, and I don't know where he is, that's Ston. And there's another guy out, that's a McLaren as well.
Fuck you, bitch!
Family friendly PG, let's not swear on the stream please. And the other McLaren's out as well, which is Balgi. So everyone so far is on the ultra soft tyres, but Beastie is gone on to the. He was on the medium tyres, but I think he changed his mind. Now Force India's around here. I don't think this track suits the Force Indias due to the lack of downforce that they have in the car. As you see, he's struggling to turn in. He has to use the full lot to turn in, which he shouldn't do, but Aston is the one that crashed in Bahrain. I believe he didn't score any. I don't know because I fell asleep, so I'm not going to comment on that. But in qualifying, he did crash. Hopefully, he doesn't crash in qualifying in China. And these two should really space themselves out because they're close together. We've got Gang Gang out the track as well on this Ultra Softs and Sauber. Now Ston and Balgi are close together.
Either slow down or overtake me.
These two are so close together. They should separate themselves. This is not good. This is a dirty air. And Ston's gone wide. He almost loses it as well, and he's backing off. So Ston's finally realised he can't overtake Balgi. He's backing off. Now Ston will come onto a lap on the straight. Into turn 1 we go. Down into turn 2. It goes very wide at the exit, loses traction, struggling to get the power down. Coming down into turn 3, another overtaking move. We saw plenty of that in 2018. Oh, Takes too much of the curb coming into turn 5. Into turn 6, the left-hander. One on another corner to get it right as well. It's so hard to get it right. And he actually backs out of it, I believe. Yes, he does. So we're going to get out of the race alive for Ston, which is right behind him. He wasn't confident with that at all. Sorry, the notification is getting in the way. So here we'll ride on board with Ston. Going to turn 9, I believe. Now this is a corner to get tricky as well, because the lack of grip you have, the more oversteer you are on this right hand side of the corner. Flat out onto the straight now, with DRS open. Coming to the heavy braking zone, so I presume brake at the 100-meter board. And then first gear we go. So he actually went into first gear. He'll be the first man to cross the line to set a time around the final corner. It is going to be a 1:32.7 from Ston in the Force India on the Ultra Softs. Next across the line is Balji. He'll do a 1, that's an invalidated lap time. Who else is on the lap out there? Gang will be a 1:33.4. He goes into second place on the Ultra Softs. Who else is on the lap here? 5-Shot Ryan is on the lap, I think. He's coming round to the final corner. Fifth gear, it'll be a 1:32.9. He replaces Ventura. We've got Jockum coming around, the double left-hander, onto the little straight, coming to the heavy braking zone, pick your 100-meter board, and just brake after the 100-meter board. This is a corner also to get wrong as well, coming through the right-hander. Really tricky. Balji's retired, that's his qualifying done, and Jockum goes very wide. He could have potentially spun there, but I don't know where Balji is. He should be in front of us. I have no idea where he is, so I hope he started down in P15 or P16. No, he won't, because Granty Boy's just joined. I don't know if he can take control of his car or not. Oh, Jock was spun in the exit. There's too much throttle. He'll have to abort this lap and go for another one. That's a yellow flag for set to 3, which is him. And Berry's gone second quickest with a 1:32.8 in the McLaren as well. So it's Ston leading Berry, and Ston's gone to the pits as well. 5-Shot Ryan's down in third. Eventually down in fourth on the Toro Rosso. Gang is down in 5th place, and he's going to go for another lap as well. Drazabaz has just set the fastest lap, and Drazabaz does a 1:31.9 in the Red Bull, in the 1:39s already, but in the high 1:39s. Here's Venture for another lap. I believe that was a back off lap. No one else is coming out for a pit yet. There's Drazabaz, isn't it? Ston's in second. Berry's in third. I don't know. No, he's not going to go for another lap because he's running out of fuel and he's using no ERS. So we've got the Renault coming back in the pits, I presume. Yes, it is. And we've got a Mercedes coming out. I believe that is Granty Boy. Is it Granty Boy? Judging by the helmet, it is Granty Boy, so I've got it right. And the Force India, which I believe it is Zach coming out for his first lap. So the two Mercedes powered cars are close together. As Granty Boy approaches turn 1. Zach Sweeney directly behind him. Turn 1's tricky to get right. Bumpy on the first corner. Then you have to steer your way in, which leads into turn 2. And that's a good opportunity to overtake around the outside or inside of turn 1, depending on which line you take and depending how hard you brake into the corner. Everyone's on the ultra soft tyres as well. Sandman's left the session. It must have been lagged, so someone invite Sandman, please. These yellows who set to 3. Drazabaz comes into the pits. Eventually will come into the pits. No, he won't. He's going to go out for another lap. A 1:34.6. He can't improve, so I don't know why he keeps going out on these set of tyres. He's been on these tyres for 3 laps, and there's Gang. He's out of fuel. Needs to get out of the racing line, because that's very, very dangerous for anyone behind him coming, especially people on the outlap. There's Zach Sweeney for the moment. We'll go on board Granty Boy because he's the one that we need to keep an eye on. Hayes also on an out lap, so both Mercedes are out there. The Red Bull of Drazer Bazin's in the pits, and Granty Boy can have a bit of traffic. No, he won't. The traffic gets out of his way when at the right time as well when he wants it. So there is Granty Boy then. Onto a lap with the DRS open, coming down into turn 1, tricky braking zone. You have to go wide to go to turn 2. Oh. Very hard to watch. Very hard to judge as well, turn 1 and turn 2. People get the braking points wrong, and now it comes down into turn 3. Pick up the throttle. Head your way down into turn 4 and 5, the left right hander and the right hander. Into 6th gear we go. It goes wide, but he manages to keep it into turn 7. There's Zach Sweeney right behind him as well. Very tricky to judge as well, because people go wide or they just take too much of the inside, which they don't want to be. He's upshifting very late, Zach. Wants as much speed as he can. Comes down to the heavy braking zone. I thought he was going to go wide there, but he managed to keep it. A Granty Boy will cross the line to go quickest with a 1:30.7, 1.1 seconds quicker than Drazer Bazin, who's in 2nd place. And Zach Sweeney will go up to 4th place, so 1:32.7, just behind his teammate Ston. So Force India 3-4. Where's Tom? And Jock comes down in 6th place with a 1:32.9, and the Haas. Yellows is set to 1, which is him, I believe. And there's Harder Rank with a 1:32.9 on the ultra soft tyres. So both Renaults are 7th and 8th. Toro Rosso in 9th place. Gang's in the pits, and Hayes goes up into 2nd place with a low 1:31.1. So we're already in to the 1:37s, 1:30, sorry. And Hayes is below the 1:31s. It is Q1, so people don't need to push hard, and I forget that Tom's in a Ferrari. I keep thinking he's in a Renault, so that's why I said where is he, but I realise he's in a Ferrari. Partners with Beastie Boy as well. They're both on their outlap. Beastie Boy further down the road. He's just into sector 2. So Sandman needs to get back in the lobby as quick as possible, otherwise he'll be knocked out. Here is then DRS open. Tom's going to come in onto a lap. Full DRS into 7th gear, 1st corner. It's actually quite bad. Very hard as well. Coming down to turn 2. Sandman's joined, that's a good sign. Onto throttle we go. Coming down into turn 3. Nicely done from Tom. Good exit as well from Tom as well. Let's see what we'll do into turn 5 and 6. Will he go flat out? He just lifts off the throttle. Not too bad from Tom. Come to the double left-hander. Comes to the heavy braking zone down to turn 9, I believe. I don't know the turns exactly, but it's very close, so I'm not bothered. Yeah. Oi. God. DRS open. Not falling asleep, by the way, I'm just angry. Something happened. Down into the braking zone we go. Into turn 1 we go. Nice exit. Coming down into turn 2. Onto the straight we go. I believe it'll be a 1:31. Yes, it will. It's a 1:31.3. Puts him up to 3rd place, just behind the Mercedes. Zach Sweeney's coming out for another lap. For some reason, both Force Indias are coming out for another lap. They both came out at the exact same time. Gang's out there again. I don't know whether he's not sure where enough that he's going to be into Q2, but he should be safe enough because Balji's out. It only matters for the top 15 being in this session. So he keeps going out for loads of laps, Gang. I know he's... How many laps has he done? 0. He's done way more than that, surely. You've seen him out in the pits a lot of times as well. I think this is going to be his second flying lap. He keeps saying he's not done any laps, which he has done. It says fitted best. No, it's telling me something wrong there. It'll be a 132.6, much better than Game Gang. Into 6th place we go. He's definitely in the safe. I believe Sandman's out as well. There's 4 minutes left in the session. I think they've got plenty of time. Beastie Boys is 2nd place at 130.0. He splits the 2 Mercedes. I reckon it'll be a good fight between the Mercedes and Ferraris as well. Red Bulls, possibly. And here is Sam on his first flying lap. Now the Red Bulls won't have much straight line speed because their engine. They have loads of downforce though, so it should be easy to turn 1. Takes it very wide to get a good entry. Coming down to turn 2, 2nd gear. Picks up the throttle now. As we head down to turn 3, Granty Boy's retired. I don't think he's crashed. I think he knows he's safe and won't get knocked out. Short shifts come out the 3rd corner, coming down to the 4th corner now. It just lifts off the throttle, but mostly flat out through the left-hander, coming to the right-hander where it gradually slows down. Nice sequence of corners. Double left corner. Short shifted to 5th gear. As we come down to turn 9, ready for the 100-meter board. This is what people do. They spend too much time out in Q1 to get good laps in, but they don't realise they have to preserve their tyres into Q2 and Q3 as well. That's what people do. They shouldn't stay out too long. For example, Ventura, he's been on them tyres for 3 laps. Going out to the heavy braking zone, it's going to 1st gear actually. Not seeing anyone do that. 1st gear. I don't really use 1st gear in F1 2018. Only for Monaco, that very slow hairpin. It'll be a 129, will it? Oh, it's a wait, was that invalidated? Seconds. I read something wrong, sorry, I read it wrong. It's a 130.8, 1/10 behind Granty Boy. For a minute there I thought we got 129, but it must have lagged for some reason. So Sandman's 2nd, 1/10 behind Granty Boy. That's actually quite bad, being in the Red Bull and the straights everywhere. Especially the long straight where Red Bull are not particularly good out. Sandman's retired onto the track. Sweeney's coming out for another lap, but he's perfectly safe, so I don't understand why he's coming out for another lap. He cuts the corner as well for good measure for that. Beastie Boy's retired. Berry's on his out lap, so is Ventura. Have you noticed that most of the cars outside the top 10 is the Renaults? McLaren, we've got 2 Renaults in there, we've got another McLaren Renault. Mr. Debo, has he not set a lap time? He says he's in the pits. So, Miss Berra's not using ABS. So we'll see what he does then, if he brakes hard and what his braking balance is like and pressures. Here he is, and on a lap, it'll be interesting to see what the McLaren can do. He's in 10th place already, we're coming down to turn 1, not too bad. Progresses his way through that first tricky corner. Coming down to turn 2, a bit of a lock up there. Now he's gently on the throttle there, so I don't know if he's using no traction control. So he's trying to find traction as he progresses through the throttles. Oh, messes up turn 3, but manages to keep it. Brakes hard coming down into turn 3. Coming down to turn 4. Not too bad from him, that's quite decent from the McLaren there. Turn 6. Turn 7, not too bad. This is not bad, a bad lap, but we had a slight mess up into turn 3, on the entry to turn 3, but other than that, the lap's been fine. So I presume he's using no traction control. Here you go, it takes a wide entry coming down to the long straight. There's 10 seconds to go. McLaren's got the DRS open. How much will this reach up to? 330 kilometers? 331. Heavy braking zone, locks up the fronts badly. They'll get away with it. Oh, losing traction couldn't they? Picks up the throttle too early. Too eager to get on the throttle, but fortunately he doesn't spin it. It'll be a 132.7, so he stays. Well, he goes up into 9th place, just ahead of the Sweeney. And he's just behind Ston as well. So good lap from the McLaren there. Anyone else on their lap? We've got Zach on his lap, wasting a pair of ultra soft tyres, which he should be using as a Q3. Coming down to the heavy braking zone, first gear. I believe he short shifted up to 3rd gear there. Come to the final corner where people usually get it wrong and they get on the curb too hard. It's a 132.4, so he keeps doing that glitch where it's not actually their lap time, because if it was a 131.4 he would have been up into 4th or 5th, but he puts him into 7th place. I think that's a much better lap. He's 3/10 quicker than his Force India teammate Ston, and he keeps saying it's a bad lap, so I don't know why he keeps saying that, but he does. So the guy that's knocked out is Mr. Debo. He's in the pits though, he's got no time, so I don't know if he's in the session or not, but Mr. Debo is knocked out of Q1. He's run out of fuel bearer, but everybody's set their lap time. So that's your Q1 for you there. So Mr. Debo has been knocked out of Q1. So Bauchi's made it into Q2, but he will not be setting a lap time as he has crashed in Q1. I don't know where he lost it, but hopefully he can improve on that and learn from his mistakes after crashing out. And he said he hates China. He screws up turn 1 because he keeps misjudging his braking zone. So I don't know if he crashed into turn 1, but I don't think he did, because he was on board with another car behind him. So I don't know where he crashed. So it is Mr. Debo who's out of this session, and everybody was using the ultra soft tyres. As we now progress on to the next session, which is Q2. Oh, Berry, mate. Oh, you thought it was the top 10. You thought it was short qualifying. Is that why you went out so much? But good luck though, Berry. Subscribe to my other channel as well, Screw Young Sweeneys, which is further up in the group chat. Now, people, I believe they will go on the soft tyres or medium tyres. Berry, don't worry about it, because if you don't have enough ultra sauce, just don't qualify and you'll start in 10th in Q3. If you do make it to Q3, you don't have any more tyres, just stay in 10th place. Oh, we've got Jocham on the medium tyres. We've got people selecting their tyres. We've got Venture on the medium tyres as well. A few people on the ultras and a few people on the softs, but where's the main contenders? We've got Hayes and Granty on the ultras. I presume they will change over to the softs, because Hayes never starts on the softest compound. He actually starts on the hardest compound. We saw in Australia and Bahrain that he went onto the medium tyres. There we are, we've got a few people out. Ston's out, he's on the soft tyres. He's ahead of Jocham, who's on the medium tyres. He will struggle because they're the heaviest compounded tyres, and they take a long to warm up as well, so we'll have a loss of grip coming into corners. Tyres won't respond too good. Ston lets him through. Now he needs to create a bit of a gap to himself, because Ston's got a faster car than a Haas. And he's still close to him, which he doesn't want to get close to him. Now, I don't know what he's trying to do here, Ston, but he needs to back out to get out of his dirty air. He can't use the slipstream because this is his out lap. Yeah, don't use ultras. Oh, look how much steering he has to use in the final corner. Well, not the final corner, the right hander. Warming up the tyres on the straight, so it must tell me his tyres are still cold. We'll go on board with Ston to see where he is. Oh, he's backed out of it, so that's good. He's creating a bit of space for himself. Berry's on the ultra soft tyres. There he is, he's on the ultra soft tyres. Are they used ultra softs as well? Because he said he did go out quite a lot, and are they used or new? So I don't know. I've got a ball back on Jocko. He's down his turn 1. I love it watching people to turn 1. It actually goes into first gear. Yeah, it's oversteer as well. Too much braking on the engine. And those medium tyres are not looking good. I presume this lap will be a 33, if I'm correct. 24-7 through the first sector. Coming to turn 3, we've got yellows through the first sector. Oh, it is Ston. Has he picked up the throttle too much? Hopefully he comes on to safely. It's the exit of turn 2. Lost traction and probably he has dumped it in the wall. That's his Force India teammate, which he will not like to see at all. He's lost his front wing, and he's used the short road as well to get back to the pits quicker. So has he overcooked it? Is his tyres is too cold, or we don't know, but hopefully he's okay and he will continue, and he won't be using them softs again. We'll go back on board with Jocko. So that's the first mistake I've seen all weekend. It is from the Force India Ston. He also screwed it up in his other qualifying session in Bahrain. It's turn 10, he clipped the curb and just spun and dumped it in the wall. He dumped it in the wall again, but fortunately he did not lose his tyres. He only lost part of his front wing, but he'll definitely come into the pits at the end of this lap. And we're on board with Jocko. As again, gang sets a 135.0 on the soft tyres. That's 2 seconds quicker what he did in Q1 on the ultras, and Jocko will be coming to cross the line. So 134.0. I said he will be doing 133, so I was close enough. So that's a good guess from me. And the Red Bull and the Mercedes come out as well. I believe that's Hayes, which it is, and Hayes on the ultra soft tyres. Now that's very interesting. That's Granty, sorry, he's on the ultra soft tyres. Now Hayes, it's telling me that Hayes is on the ultra softs, but he's actually on the medium tyres. So I have no idea why they're on the ultras. Are they saying it's a definite 2-stop around here? I don't know. But there is Granty Boy. Across the line it'll be a 130 point. It's a 131.0. He's on the ultra soft tyres. Now, will he regret that decision? I don't know. What are Mercedes trying to do? Hayes is on the mediums and Granty's on the ultras. Definite split strategy, and Granty will be coming around lap 7 or 8 for his first stop. So I don't know if it's a definite 2-stop for Granty. I don't know how long he can make those ultras last for either. We got Yellow Sue first sector. Adventure's gone 4th on the sauce, so we're on board with him now. There's Yellow Sue sector 2 and 3. Has anyone... Oh, Drazer Bazin on his outlaps overcooked it a bit. So it's all telling me that Hayes is on the ultra soft tyres. It told me gang that he didn't do any laps on his ultra soft tyres. He's warming on medium tyres up. Granty Boy, is that the right decision for you to go on the ultra softs? I don't have a clue. Whether he's comfortable on those ultra soft tyres, I have no idea. Fashion Ryan, Berry, Sandman's on the ultra soft, so is he? He's on the soft, so he keeps telling me he's on the wrong tyres. As Hayes comes to cross the line, starting his flying lap. Beastie Boy's out there as well, he's on the soft tyres. So loads of different strategies going on in this qualifying session. Everyone's using all 3 compounds. I mean all 3 compounds are being used. Hardest came across the line, it was the 147.3. That's a wet time, so that's definitely not a good lap time. He's retired from the session, that's down in sector 3. This is where Sandman is now. So what did he do? Where is he actually? He'll be starting down in P15 then, because I have no idea where he is. There's Hayes, he must be struggling on them tyres with the loss of grip. The hardest compound that is brought into the weekend. Hayes has been starting on the medium tyres for quite a long time now. He's done it on Australia, he's done it in Bahrain, he's doing it in China. Only had a choice of ultras, did you? Oh. He only had a choice of ultras. I think you joined. Did you join too late, Granty? I don't know why, but here is Hayes coming through the final corner. Shout out to Bran. It is a 132.6, not a bad lap. He's on the medium tyres as well, so he's down into second place. He's always comfortable on them hardest tyres coming into Q3. Yellow's just set to 1, but it is Hayes slowing down. Dre Sebastian's third place on the softs. It's a 133.5. Here is Sandman now on the soft tyres. So the top 3 have all got different tyre strategies. It's the ultras, mediums and softs. Sandman's on the softs as well, so he'll be joining Dre Sebastian, Zach Sweeney and Tom, who is on his outlet right now, and Beastie Boy and Ston. Hopefully Ston can set a lap time after that spin he had into exit of turn 2, picked up the too much throttle, or did he actually go on the curb and just dumped it around there? Did the curb get the better of him? I have no idea, but all I saw, he was in the wall. He's out of the track right now. Hopefully that hasn't buried his confidence into a graveyard. Beastie Boy's got up to second place at 131.9. Decent lap time from Beastie. As Sandman crosses the line, it's at 132.1, down in third place on the softs. Beastie's retired, so I think he knows that's a good lap for him to be safe. There is Zach Sweeney, he's letting his teammate through. We'll go on board with Ston to see if he's actually on a lap. I think his Ston's on a lap. I'm not sure, but it looks like he's made it to turn 2 safely now. Exit the Q2 corner, and he had a massive shock of oversteer at the exit of turn 9, I believe, or 10. Onto the DRS we go. Great commentary, mate. Very professional, much better than Zach. I won't say my commentary is great because I do get I know what to say, but I don't say it right, if you know what I mean. Coming through the final corner, DRS open, he was on the softs and he took too much of that inside curb. It's a 134.2, he's down to 8th place, so he's in the danger zone. So he's only a few hundreds off his teammate, Zach Sweeney. Zach Sweeney, Ston, Gang, Venturer. Now Venturer would definitely got that title. No offense to him, but he's got a Ferrari behind him who's on the soft tyres, and the Renaults are quicker than the Toro Rosso. So no doubt Venturer will possibly get knocked out, possibly with Gang. Now Zach Sweeney and Ston, they will get possibly knocked down by one more position from Tom. 5-shot line, don't think he'll be a threat, and Berra, he's out of the race, isn't he? Is he? No, he's not. That's the other McLaren. He's in the pits right now, so he's still in the pits. Down to the braking zone. Here is Tom, about to finish his lap. Round the final corner. It'll be a 132.3, sorry, on the soft tyres. Now. Oh, that's a good lap time. He's only 4/10 away from Beastie on his teammate on the softs. 5-shot line, crosses the line. So this is his first flying lap, I presume. So he's been waiting for everyone to set their lap time through the first corner, taking nice a while to get a good entry. Now people hesitate on the throttle around there. I believe 8th place downwards needs to go out again. Jochen, this is very, very hard to judge. 5-shot line 24.9. Now I remember someone doing a 24.7 on the mediums. That was Hayes, I think, a 24.7. I can't remember, but someone definitely did a 24.7 through the first sector. This is the problem to get into Q2. Like, you got guys on the ultra softs trying to get into the top 10, but you get guys on the softs who's under pressure from the guys on the mediums or the faster cars. His split time is a 53.2. I believe he went actually wide going into turn 7. He didn't really went through the last quarter. That's right handed really too good at the moment, I believe. He's on the DRS, coming into the slow braking zone. 100 meter board, he will brake. Gently pick up the throttle to gain traction. Oops, sorry about that. Coming to the final corner in 4th gear, he ran out of ERS. It'll be a 134.3. He's up into 10th place, so he pushes Gain Gang out. Now he's in the pits at the moment. He's got 2 minutes and 55 seconds left. And get 5 shot Ryan's tired, but I don't think he's actually safe. And there's Zach Sweeney cutting the corners. I wish people stopped doing that. Can't they go around the track professionally instead of cutting the corners or the limits? That's not how we do it. The runoff area is there for a reason, not to cut the corners for qualifying. And Gain Gang is out on the outlap. He's on the soft tyres as well. There is Ventura. He's on the soft tyres. He set his best lap on the medium tyres, so he's finally realised that he's not safe enough to get on the medium tyres. Drazabaz is retired. Let's see what lap time he can do then. Coming through the final corner. Save tyres and time. I don't think it is legal, and I won't class it as legal as well, because it's like in a real race, cutting the corners to gain a bit more time, less time, sorry. Coming through the first corner. Zach, tell Belgier I said yes. I booted everybody in the party. Say yes. 25.1. Faisal Ryan did a 25.7, I believe. So he's 6/10 quicker than Faisal Ryan in the first sector. So Faisal Ryan's in the danger zone. He's on the edge of glory. He's in the end game here. Venture could be his end game to his qualifying session. Gain Gang, I don't know if he's improving or not. There is Gain Gang. Let's see what he can do. I think this is an outlap. Yes, it is his outlap. No, it wasn't his outlap. It's a 135.0. The exact same lap time he did his last lap. His previous best. Coming through the first corner. He's not going through it again, is he? He is going through it again. Pushing hard to get into the Q3. Venture's backed out. Why has Venture backed out? He was set up to get into the top 10. Now he's ruined his opportunity. I don't know if he's got enough fuel on that, but let's have a look at his first set of tyres. It's a 28.8. No, I'm looking at the wrong thing, sorry. It's a 25.1. And let's look at 5 shot Ryan's. It's a 29. Oh, it's not. I was looking at the wrong thing, sorry. So my apologies. I got mixed up, and he's in 12th place at the moment. Taking it wide through turn 1, trying to anyways. It's a tricky corner. It's always a tricky corner to get wrong. People struggle through there. Coming down to first gear. He was really under pressure, Ventura. He's done 2 laps on these set of tyres now. And I don't care if you're on the hour lap. It's a 24.9, much better than last time. I think he was 2/10 quicker, but he's gone wide into the third corner. That's going to compromise his time and exit. I've seen 2 people do that, but nah. And it was both Force Indians who did it as well. Zach's in the pits, Ston's in 9th place. The only person that can really threaten to get to Q3 is Ventura. Now he's the only one that can push 5 shot Ryan out. I'll go with your word then if it's legal. And please tell me you told Balji yes. DRS open for Ventura. I know you're safe because only one more person could get pushed out of the top 10. Ston's been put into 10th. Oh no, this could be really bad because Beva's got up to 8th. Beva's been in 14th place. Can Ventura push out Ston? Can he do it? No, he can't. So Ston, Faisal Ryan's been pushed out, but Beva has been hiding his pace throughout the whole qualifying session. Beva's been in P14. I didn't keep an eye on him because I didn't think he was going to set a lap time, but I was wrong. He was going to set a lap time. He's been hiding his pace throughout the whole qualifying session to the very last moment. And there it is. A 134.2 is enough to get into the top 10. I mean, a 133.5. So very cheeky from Beva there, hiding his pace throughout the whole qualifying session, because I wasn't spectating him at all. So both Force Indians get to the top 10, both Mercedes, both Ferraris. It's not both Haas's, isn't it? Nope, both Red Bulls as well. and person that's been pushed out is Fat Shot Ryan, Gang Gang, Venturer, Hard as well. So Berry's been hiding his pace throughout the whole qualifier session. I didn't think he was going to set a lap time there, but Ston, amazing recovery despite spinning his Q into turn 2. Making that mistake in turn 2, but recovered it from perfectly. 12 minutes into this Q3 qualifier session. We'll see who's the first one out on track. So Bear's actually made it to Q2, but what tyres did he set his best lap time on? Was it on the softs or ultra softs? He'll be struggling if it's on the ultra softs. I didn't actually see. I should have looked at that. So Granty Boy's coming out first, I believe. No, it is Hayes. Yes, it is Hayes. Both Force Indians come out at the same time. Oh, softs. That's not a bad time, softs. He's definitely saved on the softs then. Good McLaren pace. We've got a McLaren into Q3 as well. We've got 3 Renault engine cars into Q3 and the rest are Ferrari or Mercedes powered. They're going to be vulnerable on the straight, the Renault power cars. Honda probably as well. There is Granty Boy coming out for his lap. So who's going to set pole today? Granty Boy, Hayes, Sandman, Beastie Boy, Drazer Bazin, or Tom, or anyone else. But I highly doubt that anyone else will get pole. Just the amazing pace of the Mercedes and Ferraris and Red Bulls. Now Red Bulls have been very close to the top of the timing sheets as well. The only disadvantage they have is the straight line speed, which the others have and Red Bull don't. Nevertheless, they still have good pace around here. Hayes is warming up his ultra soft tyres. We got yellows to set to 3. That's where Hayes is about. I think it's just people backing off. And Zach Sweeney, what's actually happened there? Now he spun it in a random place. He spun it where Nico Rosberg went off in 2010. There's Jochum then on his flying lap. He's the first one to go on his lap. There's Hayes behind him. So Zach Sweeney spun it off where Nico Rosberg could have won the race, but that cost him a lot because Jensen Button re-overtook Rosberg in that corner thanks to Rosberg messing up in that corner. Letting faster people through, but I didn't expect you to spin it while you were doing it as well. Unprofessionally letting people through like that. There's yellows who set to 3 again. Drazer Baz is on his lap, but he's got someone ahead of him, which I don't have a clue. It's not Beastie, it's Tom. So Tom's ahead of him. It could be a visual distraction to him, I don't know, but visual distractions definitely phase me. Do the double left corners. His split time will be a 52, I think. A 51, sorry. 24 seconds he got through there. I don't know what the best split time is, but we'll see what Hayes does. Race director Jochum, 27.5 through the second sector. That's Zach. We need to go on board with Hayes. A 27.3 through the second sector for Hayes. 334 kilometers an hour. That's his maximum top speed. I just seen him go through. I saw Red Bull do 330, so they're not too far away on straight line speed. But I don't know if it's a setup wise or anything like that. The car like. It'll be a 131.5 from Jochum, and it's a 130.5, a second quicker than Jochum. And Hayes goes to first place. Stom will cross the line, he'll be on his lap, so he was on his out lap when everyone's doing their fastest lap. I think Tom's next to cross the line as well. Stom's gone fourth, by the way, 134.2. Beastie got 130.8. Tom will be a 29. 30.1 from Tom. Where did that pace come from? Drazer Bazin goes 5th with a 131.9, but Tom, unexpected, 130.1. Could we get in the 29s? I don't think I've seen anyone get the 29s before. And there is Salman in the Red Bull on his lap right now with DRS open. We saw the Hasku through 334 kilometers an hour. Salman 334. So matches the exact same as the Haas. So I think Sandman's adjusted his setup where he can get better straight line speed. Oh, that's the Haas's worst straight line speed. Because I don't believe the Haas can go that quick. And it's a 130.5. Look at that. Very close to Hayes indeed. A few hundredths off of Hayes. I can't work it out exactly. It's about 10, 20, 30 hundredths off. 40 hundredths off. 39 hundredths off. I just worked that out. So, Sandman very close to Hayes. Grandy Boy down in 4th place. Beastie down in 5th. Choco down in 6th. Trace down in 7th. Ston down in 8th. And Zach down in 9th. And Berry's yet to set a time. But here he is. Going through the left corner, right corner. Which gradually slows down to the double left corners, picks up the speed, the throttle, and he does use no traction control, I believe. I believe he uses no braking assist. I mean, ABS is off. He locks up there. Makes his way around the corner, onto the straight we go. DRS is open. What's the top speed he can get up to? So it's a 330. Well, I just lagged out a bit there. So 331. So not too far away from the Red Bull or Haas. Picks up the throttle slowly so we can get some traction. Picks up a bit of dirt, which is the last corner. What will he do? It's a 130.9. He's ahead of both Force India, so that's a good lap time from Berry there. Absolutely fantastic from the McLaren there. Qualifies both Force Indias, and both Force Indias are still in the 32s, where everyone's in the 130s or 131s. We'll make this lap time count if it's horrible then. So the only person that out on track is Berry at the moment, but I presume he'll be coming to the pits because his flashing lights on, warning him that he's running out of fuel. So everyone's in the pits at the moment except one person. And I've got a couple of people coming back out. Granty Boy's coming back out. I believe a Force Indies go back out as well. So go ball with them. It is Ston. So let's see what Ston can do. Can he out-qualify his teammate? He's already done that by 6 tenths. A huge 6 tenths ahead of his teammate Zach Sweeney. Ston dumped it at the exit of this corner, but he's managed not to do that. So I actually don't know how he did it. Whether he was distracted, whether he went out wide, he picked up the throttle too early, his steering was a bit too heavy, we don't know. I actually don't know, because, well, was he on cold tyres when he did it? He was on his outlet when he did it, so he must have had cold tyres, and it was just happy throttle coming out of the corner. But whatever his problems were, I think they've gone now. I don't think he'll be doing that ever again. The racing point, which is called in 2019, mid through 2018 it was called as well, back in Belgium when they went through that administration thing. Because the team boss were millions in debt. Which was, I can't remember his name. I do remember his name, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Coming to the penultimate corner, the heavy braking zone. Around the final corner he comes through. Hopefully it could be a better second attempt. We've got yellows who set to 3. Coming down to turn 1. Look how fast that is to turn 1. Down to turn 2. He goes into first gear. Let's see what he can do at the exit. Oh, he almost loses it again. He almost did it. He almost mirrors his last move, what he did previous in Q2. Thankfully, he didn't do it again. But now I bet he could have learned not to do it again. He likes taking corners wide so he can get a better entry, gaining more time, I suppose. But remember not to take it out too wide, otherwise you can end up on the gravel, or bounced on the curves, which you don't want to do because it unstables the car. It goes out very, very wide as well. Now, if that was strict corner cutting, that would have been validated, but it's reduced. Let's see what Ston can do. Has that lowered his confidence? It's turn 2. It's the exit of turn 2 that gets him. Both Force Indias are on a lap. Berry's coming out. He's on his out lap right now. a nice beer. Should be saying that on stream, but that's the final corner now. It'll be a 133 actually, so he's almost a whole second slower than his last lap. That definitely needs improving by Ston. He still out-qualifies his teammate, but how much though? Because Zach said he messed up so badly to his first lap. They're still in the 132s, and Zach as well. It's a 132.0, so he's almost in the 131s. He's 2 tenths quicker than his teammate, and he puts himself up into P9. Ston has much potential. Yes, he does. I've seen his pace before in other sessions, and he loses it. Oh, that was on his out lap as well. There's Berry. I think Berry's got loads of potential as well. He's in the McLaren. He's weaving. Hopefully that Ferrari don't get caught out by that, which he doesn't. There's the Ferrari then. I think that's Beastie Boy. If it is. No, it's Tom. Berry's warming up his tyres. Both Force Indians still in the 32.0s. They want to improve that because they don't want to get out qualified by McLaren. It is realistic performance, by the way, guys, if you didn't know. I'll go on board with Tom because he's going to go on his lap. Now there's... oh, whatever that was. They went side by side on the straight. We'll go on board with Beastie, in fact, because he's on a lap. Beastie has loads of potential as well. He's got good pace around this track. Did I just see him flat out through that corner? Wow. I watched the replay. Yes, he does. He goes flat out through that corner. He must be so confident with that corner. I haven't seen anyone go flat out yet, but now... will the commentator fall asleep this time? No he won't. No he won't. I'm joking, that's not me falling asleep, that's pretending. He's running out of DRS though, Beastie, as he comes up the straight. DRS open. Zach's retired from the session now. That's yellow's just set to 1. Where is he? Where is that? I don't... Ston's there as well. Ston's gone off the track as well, so I don't know what's happened. What's he doing? I don't know what he's doing. What's Granty Boy doing? There's yellows everywhere. Wait, that's the qualifying over. That's gone quick. No way. No, qualifying's over. No way. How did that go so quick? Well, Beastie's backed off his lap as well. What's happened here? Okay, something strange is going off. There's Tom behind him. Was he trying to let him use the slipstream? It's a 129.8. Oh my god. A 129.8 in a Ferrari. Oh my... OMG, honestly. And Granty Boy's out-qualified his teammate by 19th hundredths. Honestly, I did not know qualifying ended. That went so quickly. There's Berry on his lap. Let's have a look at him. So Zach Sweeney's out-qualified Ston. And Zach, I didn't know you retired. I didn't know you were... I thought you crashed because I didn't realise it was the end of qualifying. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A 129.8. I think Beastie went slow because he was going to let his teammate use the slipstream. Clever idea from Beastie. I like it. Because as you saw, when Tom got closer to him, he picked up the speed, he picked up the throttle, and let Tom use the slipstream, and he got him to 129.8. So here comes, there is the Lithuanian in first place. I know he says he's German, but he's not. He's Lithuanian. Down in second place, Granty Boy, 6 tenths off, over half second off of the Mercedes Ferrari. Jelly down in third place, down in Hayes. Beastie Boy down in fourth, Sandman down in fifth. So the Red Bull's not looking particularly strong around here. Jochum down to 6, so he actually qualifies the McLaren and the Red Bull. Whoa, so Jochum in a good position there. Drazer Bazin needs to improve, 2 seconds off the pace. Zach Sweeney down in 9th and Ston down in 10th place. 2 Force Indians filling out the back row. And it is Tom and... well, I need to go to the toilet as quick as possible. We've got a mixture of strategies here because it didn't go particularly well for some. Granty Boy, he's on the ultra soft tyres because they wouldn't let him go to a different tyre. Stodd's disqualified from the... Oh, so it was Game Gang. So we've got 2 cars disqualified from the formation lap already. My earphones are tangled up, so just bear with me. There we go. So Granty Boy and Mr. Debo are the only ones to go on the ultra soft tyres. I feel sorry for Granty Boy because he'll be vulnerable in about a few laps. So he's the only one, and Mr. Debo, if he's here, which he is. Now Mr. Debo didn't participate in Q2, qualified at all, even though he was here. So I didn't know if he joined late and he didn't know how to get back in his car. So Granty Boy will have the grip for a few laps, but the grip will go for him, unfortunately. Everyone on the softs except Hayes and Ventura. So Ventura didn't make it into Q2, and Granty goes down the inside. I don't know what happened there, must have misjudged it. So only 2 people are disqualified from this formation lap, and they need to take the formation lap very seriously because it's a place where you can warm up your tyres, warm up your brakes. It's not a joke. You've got to take it seriously because some people have took it as a joke before, but the joke will come to them when they haven't warmed up the tyres. Here we are then, ladies and gentlemen, forming up for a fantastic Chinese Grand Prix, which I won't fall asleep in. So Hardy F1's voted for Granty Boy, and we'll go on board with Hayes to get the best view. What's going to happen? It's a turn 1. Will Tom hold it around the inside? Will Granty Boy get a better start? Lights out, away we go. Is it a better start from Granty Boy? Yes, it is. He gets a better start initially. Come through the first corner. He gets the inside. Tom around the outside. Hayes around the outside, but he goes too deep. That allows Beastie Boy to sneak through. Sandman, will he overtake Hayes? No, he won't. So Granty Boy leads. It's turn 1 ahead of Tom, ahead of Beastie Boy. Sandman looks to go around the outside of Hayes. There's Jockum getting in the mix as well. So Hayes been pushed down 2 positions there. And we've got a Force India on the grass, which is Zach. But he stays there. But Jockum, will he go down the inside? Mr. Storm will go down the inside of the Red Bull. That's Zach, sorry. Ahead of Jason Buzzing. When has he made the move? They will go side by side, coming to turn 6. Zach has to back out of it. But we've got a McLaren up into P7. That's fantastic start for Barry there. So, as we learned that Granty Boy had the inside line, he basically did a Lewis Hamilton. But Lewis Hamilton overtook Valtteri Bottas. We've got a Haas at the wall. That's Mr. Debo. So, he must have spun it on his own because I didn't see anyone close to him. Oh, that's him in the wall, but he uses, what's it called? I forgot what's that thing's called. Where you can join back on the track. There's a setting you can join back on the chat, but let's not talk about that. So Granty Boy needs to pull a gap now if he wants to maintain. Oh, we've got a contact there between. That's a Force India. No, it's not. Yes, it is. It's a Force India and the Sauber coming through the penultimate that right-hander. I don't know if they misjudged it or if they went to the back of each other. I don't know, but we've got a Ventura overtaking the Renault down the inside. We've got a battle further back. It's Mr. Debo versus Mr. Game Gang. So Mr. Debo's caught up despite spinning off himself. Coming through the penultimate corner. Game Gang stays in 15th place. Granty Boy sets the fastest lap ahead of Tom, ahead of Beastie Boy. That's 2 Ferraris on the podium there. Hayes down in 4th place. Sandman, Hayes gone deep. Sandman will go down the inside. Has Hayes got the grip to stick it around the outside? Coming to the inside. Well, Sandman stick it around the outside. Will he have better traction coming out the corner? Oh, it's going to be very intense coming down to turn 3. We go down the inside. He goes to look for it. No. So Hayes keeps his position. He maintains his position. But Granty Boy in 1st place. What can he do? He's on the ultra soft tyres, and he'll be firing everybody else as early as possible because he has to pit. He could be the one that's pitted first. But let's have a look at the back. Mr. Debo, Game Gang, and Stott hasn't pitted yet, so luckily they didn't get full wing damage at all after that first lap incident. Granty Boy, Tom's at the back of him already now. So what Granty Boy basically did, he had a better start. He had the inside line coming into turn 1, took it. He got away for the first lap, but Tom's back at the back of him now on the straight. Who's got better straight line speed coming onto this long straight? It looks like Tom will overtake him. He goes down the inside. Heavy braking zone. Granty will try to stick it around the outside. Tom makes the move nice as stick. What about Sandman? Nope. What about the guys behind? Anyone else side by side? Mr. Debo and Game Gang side by side. Coming to the penultimate corner. Around the outside, Mr. Debo inside Game Gang. And Mr. Debo doesn't make it. And Granty Boy looks to go around the outside. Coming into turn 1. Will he be brave going around the outside? No, he won't. That would look very, very brave from Granty Boy if he did, but I think he made the right choice. And Sandman has actually passed Hayes. Coming down to turn 1, I think he overtook him in turn 1. And Berry's ahead of Drazer Bazin. So Drazer Bazin needs to pick up the pace now. He's in one of the top teams and he's stuck behind the McLaren, which he shouldn't be. And there's Zach waiting in the mix as well, waiting to pounce. What about anyone else? Is there any close battles anywhere else? Starting down in 14th, Gengar down in 15th, and Mr. Debo starting in 16th place. So Granty Boy down in 2nd place. He's under pressure now for Beastie Boy. Those Ultrasoft must be dying already, and I really do feel sorry for him because he couldn't choose what tyre he wanted to start because he joined late. So there's DRS this lap. He's half a second behind him. Now Sandman against the Mercedes power. Will he be vulnerable on the straight? We don't know, but we'll go on board with Beastie Boy. He has DRS, but he's running out of airs. Coming down the inside. Granty sticks it around the outside. They're still side by side. Granty's still sticking around the outside. Very brave. Now we left the inside line coming to the final corner. He lets it through, and Granty Boy's gone into the pits. So it's Ultrasoft tyres on lap 4. Oh, Granty Boy, I really do feel sorry for him. There's yellows to set to 3. Who's that? That's a Force India, is it? No, it's a McLaren's Berry. Oh no, it wasn't a tank slapper on the exit. He's going to go into the pits. He's lost his front wing, but that's not a bad place to crash because he gets to go in the pits. But that's not the point. I really do feel sorry for him. And yet again, he's using no assist, bless him, and he's crashed. So credit for him using no assist, but it's the final corner. That's that curb where Danny Fiat crashed out of. No, that's Alexander Albon. Sorry. So that's that curve where people get caught out the most and they lose control of the car. It's unstable and they just go off. But luckily for him, he didn't lose his wheel, and I really do feel sorry for him. He's a good driver, but using no assist as well. And Jockum's out of the session. Where is he gone? Jockum's lost the session, so I have no idea where he's gone. So 5-shot Rhino overtakes him. So both Renaults in the points here. We've got Ventula and the Toro Rosso in the points. Ston in 11th place ahead of Balgi. And Ston, despite that first lap incident, is up to 11th place, so that's good for him. What about Mr. Debo? What will he pit? And look at that, Granty Boy all the way down in 50th place, having to make that very early stop. It's a definite 2-stop then, because he's on the soft tyres. Tom's out in 1st place. It's a Ferrari 1-2, but look at that, Sandman's at the back of Beastie Boy. Hayes down in 4th place. Well, exit out of that corner. He's on the medium tyres, of course. Yeah. Invite him quick as possible. Beastie Boy, Sandman, will he go around the outside? No, he's too far back. Hayes is too far back as well. There's Berry on the set of medium tyres. He's really struggling now. But still, he's using no assist, which I like to see. Is anyone else having a close battle down the field? No, they are not. Oh, Storm also break to the back of Ventura. So Storm's caught up very quickly to Ventura. They almost went to the back of him coming out of turn 1. Sorry, Job, I'm going to have to mute you because I can't concentrate commentating. So Sandman putting pressure on Beastie Boy. Now, I think Beastie Boy's got better straight line speed than Sandman. He's in the Renault, of course, Red Bull Renault. And Ston's overtaking Ventura. Where's that? Oh, I don't know how he did it, but he did. Was there any contact during the process? Because Ventura's already far behind him, despite being overtaken a few seconds ago. And there is Sandman with DRS open. Has he got enough? Down the inside? No, he doesn't. He looks to hold back, so he holds back the position. He maintains his position. He won't go down the inside. Sandman, a clean driver, he doesn't really look for that risky opportunity, but he did in the practice session. But that's the practice session, and he's learned from that. He'll have DRS again coming to the main straight, but it's not enough to overtake Beastie. And he's in a Renault, of course, Red Bull Renault, of course, with a Ferrari power. And neither Ferrari's gone. Tom looks to win this race, but I don't want to say that too soon. Now Granty Boy's making up the position field. He's overtaking Game Gang. Easy moves from Granty. Now his next target is Balgi in the McLaren. We'll go back to the front of the field. Now Beastie Boy looks to struggle. He looks to struggle at the exit of the corner, as I can see, because he's oversteering too much. But Sandman having the better traction, coming out of the corners, and the better corner grip, better downforce as well. Oh, will he go down the inside? Beastie Boy went wide, or tried to take a wide entry. Come on, Grant, get those easy pickings, and he's overtaking Balgi as well. So those easy overtakes of Balgi. Sorry, I'm really sorry we didn't see that. I'm trying to do my best, but his next target is Ventura on the medium tyres in the Toro Rosso. He should get him easily as well. We're on to the main straight. DRS open. Will this be a much? Yes, it will. Beastie will then defend the inside, but Sandman goes down the inside. And before he can do anything, Sandman, Beastie's still sticking around the outside there. But unfortunately, he has to concede defeat. And Sandman picks up a position. And he's up into second place now, so he's split both Ferraris. But Beastie will still have DRS on Sandman. But he's running out of ERS as well in the process of that. And he goes down the inside. Oh, he pushes Sandman off the track. Not too much though, that's good. So he goes down the inside, he gets his position back. So these two will be fighting continually as well. There's Drazer Bazin, there's Zach. We'll look at Granty Boys on the back of the Toro Rosso now having DRS. Very close to Toro Rosso, and the Toro Rosso, I think he just let him through. Knows he can't fight it, knows he's on a slower car, knows he's on a slower tyres as well, so he'd rather not fight that one. So that's an easy move for Granty Boy there, he'll surely enjoy that one. Now he's on the back of the two aggressive drivers, so Ston and Hard, and Ston did get caught up in the first lap incident, but he's made his way back up to P9, which is good for him. I actually don't know what happened in that last corner. This is where they spun, by the way, the Sauber and the Force India, where Tom is now. I don't know how they did it, but a bit optimistic going down the inside and overtaking in that corner. I don't know why I would do it, because if it was me, I'd just wait for the straight. Salmon off DRS again, but Beastie, will he overtake him down the inside? No, that's not enough straight line speed. You would have thought about it, but no. Yet again, now we'll look down to see if Granty Boy's caught up with him. He's catching up with these drivers very quickly. He's a very good driver, Granty Boy. Ston has DRS on Hardwick, sorry, and there's Fireshot right ahead of him. Coming down to the heavy braking zone. The two Renaults versus the two Mercedes powered cars. We'll have a look at Sandman. He still hasn't overtaken Beastie yet. Granty Boy's still the fastest lap. We'll go back down to him. Look at that. It's a four-way battle for 7th place. And Fireshot Ryan's created a bit of a chain here. Aston goes down the inside of the Renault. What about Granty Boy? We'll go Paul with him. Will he go down the inside? No, he won't. So the Renault defended from Ston very nicely, but Granty Boy is better exit than the Force India of Ston. He goes down the inside of Ston. He makes the move nice and stick. Now he's on the back of the two Renaults. And the two Renaults are fighters, so going to watch out for that. There's no team orders here at Renault. And look at that, Salmon on the back of Beastie Boy as well. And look at the gap that Tom has pulled on Beastie Boy, 6.3 seconds. And this gap is half a second and forever closing as well. He's too far behind Salmon yet again. It's the straight line speed that gets him. Coming down to the final corner, we'll go on board with Granty Boy. Oh, he's actually overtaking one of the Renaults in the corners. So one Renault down, another one to go. And this will be an easy overtake, I presume. Look at that. He overtakes him before the DRS zone. Which has DRS now, and that's an easy overtake. 5-shot Ryan will not fight this. I hope he doesn't, because that's not a fight he needs to get involved in. Yeah, his real fight is with his teammates, and the two behind, and Ston goes down the inside of the Renault. Nice overtake, clean move from Ston there. We'll go block on board with Sandman and Beastie Boy. They're still fighting over second position. So it looks like Sandman has better corner and grip than Beastie, because Beastie used to slide out the corners. Too much power sliding through those corners, which you don't want to do. Short shifting through those gears to get better traction. So his next opponent is Zach Sweeney in the Force India. I'm interested to see what that battle goes, because you know what Zach Sweeney's like. He loves to defend his positions, but hopefully he doesn't fight Granty too hard, because you know Granty's going to overtake him. And look at that, it's went from 7th to 16th, 15th to 7th, sorry. Now look at that, Sandman on the back of Beastie Boy here. Beastie goes very wide, and Sandman will have better traction. No, he won't go down the inside there. No. Oh, it looks like Sandman sliding through those corners as well. He's almost losing it. He has DRS on him now. What I would have done is just wait behind instead of fighting. Now he's lost all that time. Will he go down the inside? No, he won't. He's too far back yet again. Hayes is still there, by the way. He's on the medium tyres. He must be struggling on them tyres as well, because they're not the best tyres to go to. Ston has overtaken 5-shot Ryan. Ooh, I don't know. Was a bit optimistic going down the inside there. And Hard is overtaking 5-shot Ryan as well. He loses 2 positions in what, a few seconds, a few meters. 5-shot Ryan doesn't have DRS because he wasn't in the detection point at all, so he must have made a move after the DRS detection point. And now Hard is fighting Ston. Granty Boy in the back, and is nearly at the back of Beast Sweeney as well. And the two people that's joined the party, I'm going to have to mute you both because I can't concentrate in the noise in the background. And he's behind. Look at that, 1/10 behind. Sorry about that as well. Sorry about that, because 2 people have joined the party and they're being, oh, the yellow's just set to 3. Let's have a look at that. It's his Balji. That's the other McLaren. Made a mistake as well coming through that final corner. He's in AI as well, so I don't actually know what's happened. Did he lose it through that final corner? Mr. Debo looks to snatch the inside through on him, maybe she does. Easy move. And look at this, there's a 3-way battle for second place. Now Hayes will have the straight line speed on both of them. Look at that, straight line speed on Sandman, but Sandman will have DRS to try and overtake Beastie. But look at that, side by side, Hayes and Sandman. Sandman will have to accept defeat here, dropping like a stone on the straight, even though he has DRS. I'll just stream on Beastie. So now we're in lap 11 and coming through the later part of the race. Hayes will have the opportunity now, because the soft tyres will start dying at this moment in point, and the pit window will be open about lap 12 to 14. Yellow's just set to 2. Let's have Bargie's retired. Will that cause a safety car? I don't know where he is. There he is. I don't know if you just saw him there, but that's a hole coming out to look at. So Bargie's retired in a weird place, and now Beastie Boy's losing traction through those corners. He's losing a lot of grip and time through those corners now. The soft tyres aging now as Hayes is back alive in this now. Wesley's overtaking Ston, so Ston's the first of the soft runners to pit on lap 11. He will go onto the medium tyres, yes he is, and he will rejoin down in 13th. Is he safe enough for 13th? I think he is. The top 3, well not top 3, sorry, 2nd, 3rd and 4th are still close together. Sam on the back of Hayes, and Hayes on the back of Beastie Boy, but Tom is perfectly safe, having a good race out in front, keeping it nice and under control. He may have lost it at the start, but kept his head and overtook Granty Boy in lap 3. Or lap 2 I think, I can't remember which one it was. And for a minute I thought Beastie had a puncher there, but that's the graining of the tyres. The graining that they're going to have to go through, especially starting on heavy fuel as well. And there's Hayes with the DRS on slipstream, but it's not enough. Tucks it behind. Who else is going to pit? Because the pit window usually opens around now. And Beastie's gone into the pit. What about Sandman? No, he stays out for another lap. Oh, I thought Beastie was going to crash into the pits there. So Beastie's gone into the pits. Sandman's on the back of Hayes, but Hayes has DRS as well to defend his position. And now will Beastie try and go for the undercut? I reckon there's Drazer Bazin pitting. What about Granty Boy? I don't think he'll pit yet. It's too early for him to pit yet. Zach, Granty Boy's overtaking Zach, and Zach will go into the pits as well. What about Har? Because I want to see if Beastie will rejoin traffic. But I think Beastie's safe enough. Yes, he is. So Beastie rejoins in a beautiful place where there's clean air and fresh air to try and attack Hayes and Sandman. Go for the undercut. Whereas the other two, Hayes and Sandman, will try and go for the overcut, where we stay out longer to try and beat your other opponent. But that's Granty Boy ahead of Beastie Boy, so I don't know if Granty Boy will be much of a threat to Beastie Boy. Now think about this, guys. Now Granty Boy is ahead of Beastie Boy. Will Granty Boy try and hold up Beastie Boy so it can cost him more time and less time for Hayes when he comes to his pit stop? And if he does this, it'll be fantastic for Sandman as well. Not only for Hayes but for Sandman. Tom is too safe from being undercutted from Beastie Boy. Let's see if Tom pits this lap. I think he will join ahead of Granty Boy. He does pit this lap, so that Hayes and Sandman will retake over. Now, can Granty Boy be used? I don't want to sound like this, but look at that. Sandman's going to the pits, so Hayes is the only one out of the top 5 to not pit. So Hayes will take over the race. Tom will come out, I presume, in second. Yeah, so it'll be definitely second. Now, it's easy to say that Tom will definitely undercut Hayes, but what about Sandman? Let's go for that undercut. Granty, will he come out ahead of Sandman? Will this hamper Sandman's performance? He comes out behind. So Beastie actually made ahead of Sandman, so the undercut has worked. For so no, it hasn't, sorry. It's because Sandman was behind Beastie Boy, wasn't he? Yes, he was. So Beastie Boy keeps up this. And the thing is, guys, Sandman was only 7% behind Hayes. Now Hayes is a real threat here from Beastie Boy because he needs to pit. Bearing in mind that Sandman was only 7 behind him on that straight. So look at that. He's got a 1.9 second gap or 2 second gap to Beastie now. So think about this, guys. Beastie could rejoin ahead of Hayes if he pits now. Granty Boy, can he hold up these two to stop him undercutting Hayes? The thing is though, if Hayes pits now, can he make it, what, 15 laps on the softs? He might be a danger to the end, but I think he might make it. Any battles at the back? Yes, we have. We've got a few battles at the back, but I need to get my information up here, guys. So Granty Boy's actually set the fastest lap so far. Well, that's his lock up there. And yes, so most of the guys have pitted. Only 2 people, which are Venturer, who's also on the medium tyres. And look at that, Drazer Baz is right behind Venturer as well. There he is, he will go for a move on him. Easy move from Drazer Baz in there, up into 6th place. And that's where Pierre Gasly finished the ball in 6th place in China. So Zach and Ston on totally different strategies here. So everybody else is pitted. What about Hayes? Has he come into the pits this lap? No, he hasn't, so he stayed out. The more he stays out, he could definitely be undercutted by these two. But the more he stays out, he can use more of the soft tyres towards the end of the race. Like if he can stay out, I know what he's trying to do. He's staying out very long on these medium tyres for them other drivers' medium tyres to wear out, and he can go to the soft tyres and possibly gain a lot of time at them at the end of the race. That's what Charles Leclerc tried to do in Azerbaijan, but it didn't particularly work for him. But let's see if it works for Hayes. He won't do it for Tom, of course. Granty Boy, he won't do it because Granty Boy's on a 2-slot strategy. And look at that, Beastie Boy is closing up on Granty Boy as well. Will he fight this one too hard? And there's an overtake that's been done move. And look, it's a 3-way battle. Jock will try and go around the outside of 5-shot Ryan. No, he doesn't. Gang is actually overtaking 5-shot Ryan. Look at that side by side coming to turn 3. Chuck him around the outside. No, still side by side. Who will concede into turn 4? 5-shot Ryan trying to hold it around the outside. And now, oh, I touched there, but I'm going to have to look at the top runners because look, Beastie Boy is right behind Granty Boy as well. Momo. Oh, shh. Please don't tell me you're the real Momo. Please don't kill me. I'm joking. We'll go back on board with the other battle because that's very interesting. So Jockum's actually made it ahead of 5 Shot Ryan, and Ston is doing alright. Where is Ston? 9th place, and he is pitted as well. Look how much Gengar is struggling in the medium tyres. Is he pitted? Yellow's in sector 3. That's around here. It's 5 Shot Ryan. He's spun in the exit. Whether he was power sliding through the exit, I don't know. And look at that. Jockum will go down the inside. Yes, he will. Gengang concedes defeat. And look at that. Ston's very close to his teammate Zach. But I don't want to watch this battle because look, Beastie Boy is overtaking Granty Boy. He must have done it around turn 3 or 4. Oh, Sandman getting too wide on the entry there. Zach stays ahead of his teammate. Beastie Boy ahead. Now, the gap between Hayes and Beastie Boy is 17 seconds. And what a lad. Yeah, you too, man. 17 seconds between Hayes and Beastie Boy. Granty's still in DRS range. Beastie Boy struggled around that right-hander. He absolutely struggled. You could see him just struggling to turn in. Look at that. Granty Boy have DRS. Fancies his move. He goes down the inside. I thought he was going to crash into the back of him there. He goes down the inside. Beastie does the under and over. Does it work? Yes, it does. Still at the very back of him. Now look at that. Granty Boy is still in the DRS range. He will go around the outside. Coming into turn 1. Does he have the grip to stay around the outside? We've been on them tyres for quite a long time now. Hayes is in the pits, by the way, guys. It's a battle for 2nd place. And Granty Boy has to concede defeat. As you can see, he was sliding through the corner there, so we cannot fight him. That was a fantastic one, no. Despite pitting early, he pitted on lap 3, I think, or 4. Not bad from him at all. And look at that last Sandman to join in on the action as well. Hayes actually. Oh, look at that. Hayes on the soft tyres, on the better tyres as well. Can we congratulate the commentator for staying awake so far? Oh, thank you, man. That's not an achievement, but still. Guys, I've never ever been to sleep in commentary. Only once, and that was on Sunday. And look at that. Ston is still fighting Zach, his teammate. There's another fight going on down here, but I think it's cleared up. And Mr. Debo's in the pits for his first stop as well. No, it's his second stop. Now, Hayes is actually rejoining a fantastic position here. Look at that. Granty Boy sliding through the exit. DRS open. Oh, guys, subscribe to Screw Young Sweeneys as well, please. DRS open. He has made it as well. Fantastic move from Sandman, but that was an easy move because Granty Boy, what lap time will he pit? He can go on the softs again if he wants to. Will he pit now? Yes, he does. I think he will go on the soft tyres. Now I'm thinking, where will he rejoin? I reckon he'll rejoin behind the Toro Rosso. Just behind the Toro Rosso. Now I don't know if I'm right or wrong. He's on the medium tyres, so he's used all 3 compounds. He's used the ultras, softs and mediums. Now there's the Toro Rosso in the background. Can he make it ahead of the Toro Rosso? Am I right or wrong? I was wrong. No, wait, it's still an opportunity. But he's not going to fight it. I thought we were going to go around the outside. So I was almost right. He was going to rejoin just behind the Toro Rosso, but he's just ahead of the Toro Rosso. Now that's just my mentality working there. I didn't actually work it out, I just guessed. Look at Tom having a beautiful race down in first place, 11 seconds ahead of his teammate. What an absolute dominant race. He lost the race at the start because Granty Boy overtook him into turn 1. But still, it's been an absolute fantastic race from Tom. Beastie Boy down in second. Can he hold off the charging Sandman? And Hayes will be a massive threat. Look how much he's caught up to him. He's on the better tyres as well, on the soft tyres. So that guy that just commentated, comment in the chat is me. Because I'm good at commentating. I've been doing it since last season and the season before, and the other leagues. I've been a commentator for other leagues, and it's my first ever time falling asleep as well. Ston's doing good in it. Yes, he is doing good. Now he had a slight moment in qualifying, because the exit of turn 2 he spun it and dumped it in the wall. But fortunately, he only lost his front wing, not his wheel. As he did in Bahrain, he lost his wheel, but still he managed to recover. And he's up into P9, and he's fighting his teammates so far. So I think you're a friend of Stone, but I need to keep an eye on these drivers. He's still got DRS. He's not going to overtake him at this moment in point. Has he got enough to overtake him? He's on the better tyres, of course. On the straight now, will he go down the inside? Ventureless pitted for his first stop. Down the inside he goes. Ooh, that was very close between them. They actually touched going into turn 1. Tricky turn 1 and 2. Can he stick it around the outside? No. Must be frustrated stuck behind his teammate. Hopefully they don't have a Perez and Ocon fall out. The Force Indias. So he won't overtake him around here. We'll just have to wait for the straight. But look at Sandman and Hayes. So this is another fight again, as we had before. This has been a fantastic race. These online races are much better than the real races. Now, if Sandman didn't have DRS there, he would have been overtaken by Hayes. He drops like a stone on the straight, Sandman. Not because of his pace, it's because of the straight line speed. He has DRS, so does Hayes. Now, is he close enough to make that move into turn 1? Will Beastie go out wide here? And will he open the door for him? He invites him, and he just closes the door. Cheeky advertising, I know, right? Oh, who are these random people that keep joining the party? Will Sandman go down the inside? No, he's too far back. Hayes is too far back as well. We'll go ball with Ston, who still hasn't overtaken Sweeney here. Screw Young Sweeney, this is my main account. The 300 subscriber account, that's my... Oh, he's actually got a 3-second time penalty as well. Unlucky for him, he went wide in the last corner. Look at that straight line speed he's got. He's overtaking him down into turn 1. He goes out wide. Sweeney uses a switchback. But will he stick it around the outside? No. Will he go down the inside to come into turn 2? He sticks it around the outside. Can he stay there? No, he cannot. Can he use the switchback? Nope. Look at that. Look at these three. They're close together for second place. Sandman at the back of Beastie Boy. Hayes on the back of Sandman and possibly back on the Beastie Boy as well. Sandman will have DRS on here. Ooh! Where will Hayes go? Will he overtake them both? He's in the middle of all this. He's gone into the middle. Sandman overtakes Beastie. Will Hayes overtake Sandman? I mean, Beastie. He stays with him, he stays with him, he stays with him. No, he doesn't, he can't do it. Will he have enough straight line speed to overtake Hayes into turn 1? Bearing in mind, Hayes has DRS, so he can defend himself against the attacks from Beastie. Sandman's got a bit wide. Beastie got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I presume that's corner cutting. Oh, wheel banging through turn 1 and turn 2, Sandman and Hayes. We'll go back on board with... We'll stay on board with this battle because I want to look at Ston as well. Ston's a second behind his teammate. Will Hayes go down the inside? He goes to look for it. Will he actually go? Oh, Beastie, optimistic down the inside. It's turn 3. Very optimistic indeed from Beastie. Now that was too optimistic, I believe, but he didn't cut the corner. He almost did, but there's been an overtake further down the field, which is Hard and Gang. DRS open for Card in the Renault against the Ferrari Power Sauber. Fashion Ryan's got multiple warnings. Will Hog go around the outside of him? No, he won't. But Gengar goes very wide. That's an opportunity to slip down the inside, go for a cup of tea, and leave. And just walk out the door. Okay, Gengar goes down the inside. Oh, look at that. McLaren versus Berra as well. Fashion Ryan versus Berra. But I want to look at the top two. They're more important. Beastie Boy goes down the inside. Oh. He goes down the inside, Beastie Boy, but Sandman used his old switcheroo to get past him. Now Beastie lost his momentum coming out of those corners. Hayes isn't close enough to make that move into turn 1. But we'll look further down the field, which is there, but I think 5-shot Ryan is not too close. I think Berry's finally got rid of him, and there's Gengang and the Renault again close to him. He's dispatched him. Bearer's dispatched Fisher Ryan. Yellow's to set to 1. I want to have a look at that. Who is it? It's Beastie Boy. He's spun. Guess where that is. It's where Ston spun it as well. He's lost part of his front wing. Will he go to the pit? Virtual safety car. So that's a virtual safety car. Will anyone pit? Will Tom pit? No, I don't think he will. Will anyone pit at all? This is an opportunity to pit now. And look at that. Beastie's struggling. That's the second time in a row he's spun in the race. Now there's been overtakes further down the field. Now these two keep fighting, even though they're on the virtual safety car rules. Now when the virtual safety car came out, these battles were too close together. I want to see how that progressed. And look at that, Bearer's got into the pits, so he's going to use this opportunity to pit and race control. And might be a late opportunity because look at that, Sandman's gained a lot on Hayes in that virtual safety car. Ston's overtaking Zach. This side by side, the two Force Indians, turns 6 and 7. This is a good battle between the two Force Indians so far. But the thing is that they don't want to crash into each other because they're still wanting points for the constructors and for themselves. They can't be throwing away points. They don't want to throw it all the way down in the bin because of these two battling. And they've got Jocker behind them. Oh, he goes out very wide. Now Storm will have DRS on Sweeney here. Beastie Boy's in the pits. I think he will rejoin behind Drazer Bazin and Granty. Now is Storm close enough to make a move? He should be close enough. He's got DRS, Slipstream and DRS. This should be an easy move coming down this turn 10 or 11. Heavy braking zone. Down the inside he goes. Zach will hold it around the outside. Oh, look at these wheel to wheel fights. I absolutely love them. Zach's holding it around the outside. Now, which you would believe that Aston would made a move, but he didn't make the move yet. Yet I say, he's going around the outside. It's turn 1. Oh, he doesn't have to go around the outside. He's got enough straight line speed to make the move. So Ston's ahead of Zach, but Zach's going to go around the inside. He sees an opportunity. He goes for it. He will hold it around the outside. No, he won't. Ston defends him. Now I can see some. Oh, look at the beautiful switchback from Zach there. They're coming down into turn 3. Here we go. Ston's got the inside. Zach's got the outside. Coming down to turn 3. This is very, very close between the Force India drivers. This is what I like. Beautiful online driving from these two drivers. Respect from each other as well. Beastie's on the ultra soft tyres, so I think he's going to go for the fastest lap. What a beautiful move. I've got to move further down. It's getting gone down the inside of the Renault. And he's made the move stick. But will he get away from him? Been a fantastic race so far. Better than the other Chinese Grand Prix we had. Well, 2019, the 1000 Grand Prix. And Ston's in DRS range of Zach as well. Another interesting move, forming up nicely. Oh, power sliding through that corner, oversteering through that corner, which you don't want, especially being on a straight like this. Look at that, straight line speed. Zach defends the inside this time. Ston will go around the outside. Zach will defend the inside, 7th gear. He brakes late coming down to the last corner. Ston's got the move done. He's got it done. Zach's gone too wide. So Ston's got the move done. For now at least. Just for now. But Zach will have DRS. Okay, alright. I'm going to go back and watch Champions League. You don't want to miss out on a beautiful race, do you, Momo? Please don't kill me when you leave. As that looks to open up the opportunity again. Ston's gone wide, but he still have the inside line going into turn 2. Oh, is that going to make that beautiful switchback move? And he does. He's done the same. He replicates the move he did previous lap as well. Ston's backed out of it. I don't know why Ston backed out. I will multitask. I will subscribe to your YouTube channel on both accounts. That's Momo and Kumpel and Hardy. I will subscribe in a minute when the race is done. Barry's got a 3-second time penalty. I will subscribe, but you'll gain 2 extra subscribers. And hey, Granty Boy is ahead of Beastie Boy and Drazer Bazin. Now Drazer Bazin, he's been on his own for most of the race. He's a good driver, but he needs to pick up the pace because 1, he's in the Red Bull in the top teams, and 2, he needs to pick up the points for the constructors as well, because the gap between him and his teammates is about Ooh, I can't figure this out mentally. Gonna have to figure it out now. 10, 20, 24 seconds, about 24 seconds between Sandman and Drazabazin. Now Drazabazin, he's a good driver, he's a clean driver as well, but he's doing a PA Gasly where he needs to pick up the pace. He's a much better driver than Mr. Debo, and that's actually a battle going down there. I will look like a Zach and Mr. Storm, but Storm's too far away, and we'll go on board with Mr. Debo. TRS wide open for Mr. Debo. He will go down the inside. He backs out of it. Why did he back out of this one? This is what I'm talking about for Mr. Debo. He's not aggressive enough. He's not brave enough to make those moves. That should have been an easy move for Mr. Debo, but he didn't go for it for some reason. He should be able to make that overtake easily and stick as well, but is it confidence he's lacking? Surely it's not the grip, because he's the 8 laps old tyres. Oh, 5-shot line on the curb as well, which he shouldn't be. Hayes is getting closer to Sandman as well. So go back to Mr. Drazabazin. He is a fantastic driver. He's a clean driver. Not only that, he's got a nice personality outside of F1 as well. But the thing is though, he needs to start picking up the pace in other races. Now, this is his first race in Red Bull. I don't know if he likes the track or not, so I'm going to go very easy on it. I don't mean to be harsh with Drazabazin, but in the future races, he should be picking up the pace where he should be. He should be up there as well, but he's got a challenger behind him, which is Beastie Boy. He's on the Ultra Sauce, so if you can defend him, that's good. And Granty Boy's got a 3-second time penalty. Oh, look at this. Jockum's on the back of, well, almost at the back of Ston. And Jockum has also got DRS. No, Ston's got DRS. So he's still not 1 second detection point. But now, Force India are going to have to work together on this to keep those points. Now, the best way I go for it is let's keep Zach in front of Ston, or let Ston use the DRS to make sure that he's safe enough to keep ahead of Jockum. Now, Force Indians want these points. They've got to think of a strategy here. Well, not a strategy, but a plan to keep ahead of Jockum. Now, what I'll be thinking is, don't let them through, don't switch the positions, because if you switch the positions, it'll be much slower, because that'll allow Jockum to slither through if he can. Now what I would do is save your ERS in these corners, which he is doing. Yes, he is doing actually. Save these ERS in these corners and allow Ston to use the slipstream and DRS off of Zach. Now, keeping the 1 second detection point for Zach. Oh, Ston's really struggling, unfortunately. I think he's struggling through the corners as well. The soft tyres are 14 laps old, so Jockum's tyres will be in much better shape at this moment in time. The yellow's just set to 3. Who's that? Where is it? Oh, look at Sandman! Sandman and Hayes going side by side. I'm glad that yellow flag distracted me, because I didn't realise this battle was going on. And I said Hayes is made ahead of Sandman. Fantastic move from Hayes, side by side through turn 1 and 2. Will Sandman go down the inside? Will he? No, he won't. So back to the other point of view. No, he's out of DRS range. Ston's out of DRS range. He's under pressure from Jockum. Jockum will have DRS. Will he go around the outside? He should do anyway, because Ston's defending the inside. Ah, now that's a beautiful way to defend. He parks his car in the middle of the road. He can't go outside or inside. That's a fantastic position for Ston to do that. If he could do that every lap, that's good. But Zach, if he was wise enough, he would help his teammate out here, but unfortunately not. Ston's having to defend hard from the Haas. Ston's trying to close the door as much as possible. He doesn't want to let him have the cup of tea, but why he's sliding through those corners, Ston. Come on, Ston, you can do this. Come on, John. Come on, Jockum, you can get him as well. Look at Sandman, he's going to go down the inside into the last penultimate corner. He backs out of it, so no, he won't. We'll go back on board with Jockum and Ston. Ston looks safe for the moment, but Zach should slow down for Ston to let him use DRS so he's not under pressure too much. They can't switch around the drivers, because now we know who's the faster driver. Zach's the fastest driver at this moment in time. There's only 1 lap to go. Can Ston defend his position? Oh, look at that. Terrible traction out of there, but look at that. Sandman's overtaking Hayes again. Coming down to turn 2. Hayes got the position in the inside. Sandman's got the outside. We'll use the switcheroo. No, we don't. But Hayes having a terrible terrible exit out of that corner. Sandman will have the inside. Coming to turn 3, and he's got the move done. Oh, Jockum's overtaken Ston as well, but Ston's got a better straight line speed than Jockum. Jockum's not using DRS. I don't think he realises he's got DRS. Oh, a bit of lag through there. What will Ston do? How will Ston react to this? So he doesn't fight back, but will he fight back into turn 1? Can he fight back into turn 1 as there's yellow flags? Jockum's left. I think Jockum, he's left the session, so Ston's safe. That's a relief for Ston. That's twice he's lagged out now. So Ston is safe from Jockum. And Tom, look at that, he's got some blue flags ahead of him. He's coming up to lap some drivers. Will they get out of the way for him? There's blue. They could clearly see the blue flags. They should get out of the way. I don't want to repeat of last season either, because last season was terrible for blue flags. Hayes is too far behind Sandman, but we've been in a few corners now, and the Renault driver's not letting him through. Oh, a terrible snap of oversteer from the McLaren there. Come on, let him through. Yes, he does let him through. It's turn 2, and then Mr. Debo next, but now that allows Fireshot Ryan to get to the back of him, but nope. Mr. Debo, will he get out of the way? Yes, he does. He locks up as well. And look at this, Saman versus Hayes still. This is the last lap, guys. Last lap. Who will get second position? Any more battles going on? Yes, between 13th, 12th and 14th. But this is the main battle you want to be focusing on. Who will get second position? Is it Hayes or is it Saman? Now this race is absolutely flown by. What an incredible race. I'm going to go to sleep now, guys. I'm joking, by the way. Look at Hayes' tyres. You can see the grain on his tyres. What about Sam Hassan's? He's on the medium tyres as well. So their mediums will be better shape than the soft tyres. Only 3 laps younger, Hayes' tyres, than Sandman's. Granty Boy in 4th place. He had a quiet race after the first few laps. Like, he had a quiet race after lap 10, 11, 12, would you say? Because the other people need to make their pit stops as well. He had to fight through the Renaults, the Saubers, everybody. But he's now alone and safe. Tom will cross the line to finish in 1st place. Fantastic Ferrari victory at China. Now what about Hayes? The massive lock up in front of him. That was the McLaren, I believe. Saman keeps his 2nd position. I don't think Hayes will make another attack here. But Saman will cross the line now to finish in 2nd place for Red Bull ahead of Hayes. He crashes into the wall as well for good measure, and Hayes crashes into him. Granty Boy in 4th place. Now he started on the ultra soft tyres, but if he started on the soft tyres, how would this race plan out if he started on the soft tyres? There's loads of ifs and buts and whats, but it's irrelevant now as the race is finishing. And he'll come home to finish in 4th place. I don't know if he can be happy or disappointed with that, but he knows he could do better than that. Jason Massive will finish in 5th place. Congratulations to him. There's his Red Bull teammate parked up at the side of the room. Zach Sweeney, Beastie Boy's down into 9th place. What has happened to Beastie Boy? He's in 9th place. Beastie Boy doing this means he's wasting points for Ferrari for the constructors. Driver of the day, I don't know. We'll say to be fair, we'll say driver of the day goes to Granty Boy. Zach Sweeney will cross the line to finish in 6th ahead of Ston. Ston, fantastic result from him. 7th place, double Force India points. Ventura will come to cross 8th place. Beastie 9th. And the final points position will go to Gang Gang. The other drivers have crossed the line as well because they were a lap behind. They were behind the leader. Gang Gang finishes in 10th, and that's it. What a fantastic race it's been. I've absolutely enjoyed this race. Many battles going on there. We saw a few crashes at the start of the race, but nevertheless it's been a fantastic race, and everybody should be proud of that. Beastie Boy from 1st to 9th. Tracer Bazin, I am still awake, mate. No, I'm not. I'm sleepwalking. I'm sleep talking. So Tom will finish 1st. Tom's finished 1st ahead of Hayes, Sandman and Granty Boy. Tracer Bazin down in 5th for Red Bull. Zach Sweeney down in 6th for Sauber. Yes, Jamie, I can hear you talking. I'm not talking, mate. That's I've recorded it. I recorded the thing. Zach Sweeney, Stone down in 7th, Venture down in 8th, Beastie Boy down in 9th. Love you too, King down in 10th. I've not recorded it. I'm still the other Jamie's asleep, you know. I knew I predicted the future. I'm Doctor Strange, you know. I had the time stone with me, so basically what I did was I got a tape recorder, put the mic next to it, and talked it all throughout. I got the tape recorder, started talking with it before the race started. Then when the race started, I live streamed it, put the microphone next to the tape recorder, then went to sleep. I let the tape recorder do the talking. I'll just wake up now. I'm joking. Good race though. We had one DNF, which was Balji. I retired in a random position. I wouldn't expect anyone to do that, but it's been a good race, a fantastic race. Thank you everybody for putting up such a good show, such a good fight as well. Everybody in that lobby, respect to. I enjoyed that battle. And look at where it is, Azerbaijan. I actually cannot wait for this race to start already. I wish it could start now. I cannot wait for Azerbaijan, honestly man. And that's where the Red Bulls, Renaults and McLaren's going to be vulnerable as well on that straight. Honestly man, I cannot wait for it. There's going to be so much battles coming to that straight. And people through the castle section, I cannot wait for that either. This is going to be so interesting. The driver of the day goes to Granty Boy, if you didn't hear that, Granty Boy. Now, you did start the Ultra Soft, you did have to make your way through traffic, and the driver of the day goes for you. For a fantastic race for you, mates. Well calm into 4th place as well, which I would not settle for, but people have different mentalities, they have different ways of managing angers and that, but still. So, driver of the day goes to Granty Boy. There's been a fantastic race. Everyone so far has put a fantastic show. There's been so many overtakes, especially turn 1. We had Zach Sweeney, Strong around the outside. We had Hayes overtaking Sandman, and Sandman overtaking him. The switchbacks and the switcheroos coming through turn 1 and 2. The flow going through to turn 3 to see who would make it into that position. And who else? It was Granty Boy versus Tom at the start of the race as well. I'll not forget that.
Yes.
Yes, you said like I don't fall asleep during commentary, but I really don't fall asleep during commentating. It was just a one-off. One time, I had one job to do.
Can we just appreciate the pace?
Just remember me having a puncher.
Yes, he is.
Fantastic, well done Tom, one absolute fantastic performance from you. Down into turn 1, did you know that Granty Boy had to make an early stop? Or did you like...
Yes, I did.
Were you intentionally going to fight him hard into that corner?
I knew his tyres would be shot after about lap 3, so...
You got to give respect to him as well. You got to give respect to him.
Yeah, I did. To be honest, I thought he was stronger down the straights than I thought he was.
He says GG Tom in the chat as well, so I think he can hear your voice chat. That was a fantastic race from you, mate. Well controlled, they had pace, and you were uncontrollable from the start of the race. Well, not the start, but lap 3 onwards. Do you feel confident going to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix?
Yes. Ferrari straight line speed will prove dividends to me.
I'm going to make a new party for interviews, so just bear with me. Alright people, party's up, so I want Granty Boy. Who else is in here? I want Granty Boy. I want Ston in here as well. Dre Zabazin, I want you in here as well, mate, please. I'll invite you, I'll invite you, it's much easier. View profile. Someone join this party so I can invite him to the party. It's really, I don't know why I'm struggling with this. Just bear with me for a few seconds to try and invite people to the party. Right, I invited Granty Boy, I've invited a few people into the party. There he is, Granty Boy, we'll just invite a few more people into the party. Jason, sorry, I keep calling it Ston.
Hayes or
Yeah, if you want. Andreas Lindy. Ston. We'll start with Granty Boy first. Granty, mate, you had started race, but they're disappointed with the ultra soft tyres. Did you mean to start them tyres, or was it just an accident?
well, to be fair with you, mate, like obviously I joined late. I had to get into my car, and it only showed up that I can only do ultra softs the whole way through. So I was pretty unlucky with that, to be honest.
At the start of the race, you overtook Tom. You knew that was the main point of overtaking him because you had to pull away as quick as possible, and also you didn't have to fall down the field that much.
Yeah, definitely. I know Tom. He's in another league. He's got really good pace. So yeah, it was quite a tough one, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, it only lasted like 2 laps, so yeah, I had to cut early.
You had a good start though, mate. Have you been practicing your starts this year? Because that was a fantastic start.
What, me?
Yeah.
I mean, I tried like another way of starting, and it didn't work for me. So I went back to how I used to, and yeah, I've kept with that now. So yeah, no, the starts are pretty good for me at the minute. I don't know whether it was because I was on the ultra softs or just because of the pure fact I got a good start. But yeah, no, it was good. I had to make it.
Overtaking those other drivers though, were you a bit wary of the other drivers because you know those other drivers were fighting each other? Were you a bit wary of them as you're making your way through the field?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was. Yeah, like I knew their tyre wear was a bit older than mine, so obviously I had to just take it easy on some of the turns. Obviously they were braking a bit sort of sooner than what I was, so yeah, I just had to take it really easy, but try and push through as quick as I could, because you know I did overtake a few cars that did pit on their first stop, so obviously that sort of gave me the advantage to actually stay up in the top 6, I think, when I had to pit again. So yeah.
That's a good race from you. P4. Do you think you do good in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix? Are you worried about that track?
Yeah, a couple of turns I am, but
especially the castle section.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think most people would be the same mind as what I'll be going through on that track. But yeah, no, it should be a good race, to be honest.
That straight line speed, that means someone won't get anywhere near you on that.
I mean, some of my straight line speed is pretty good on the Mercedes, but I mean, we have to see what the Ferrari does on that as well. So yeah.
Yeah. If you have any questions in the chat, by the way, because I know there's some fans that joined of you today, Granty.
Yeah, shout out to Hardy, man. He's talking to me now, so yeah, shout out to Hardy for watching the race. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, couldn't have done it without him. Yeah.
Anyways, good luck for the Baku race, mate. We'll go to Ston. Andreas.
Yeah.
You had a clean, consistent race, mate, but did you well, I need to ask this because you're falling into Pierre Gasly's pace a bit, if you know what I mean, and you need to like
Yeah.
no offense to you, it is your first race in China, it's usually your first race in Red Bull, but do you think you need to be a bit more aggressive on the pace a bit, like need to practice more? Because you were good in the Haas, but in the Red Bull now you're in a much better car, with stabilised, much better, what's it called, grip on there as well, so you need to pick up the pace. And do you think you could do that for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix and the rest of the races?
Yeah, I think I'm only in the Red Bull on Wednesdays, to be honest. But yeah, I was I was thinking about that as well. I felt a bit like Pierre Gasly, to be honest.
Ah, don't worry about it, mate.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm usually quite quick around China, but yeah, I've been racing a lot on Gran Turismo lately, so it's quite different to come back to F1 again. But But yeah, need to pick up the pace. Otherwise, I think that Jochen guy will take the Red Bull. He's quite quick. A bit lucky that the McLaren and Haas driver crashed out and lagged out, because otherwise I would have struggled to finish in P5. I think I just didn't have any pace at all. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Was it the car setup issues, like, or was it tyre problems you had, or did you feel confident with the track?
Yeah, I don't know. My front tires were very warm almost the entire race. My front left was around 105 degrees.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was struggling a bit with the grip, but yeah, I need to pick up the pace for the upcoming races.
Don't worry about it. You will have the pace coming up for this next race. It's your first time in a big team. Hopefully you get better at it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Is Azerbaijan one of your favourite tracks as well, coming to this race on Sunday?
Yeah, I like Baku a lot more than China, at least. Hopefully it will rain. I'm pretty quick in the rain, so I'm hoping for that. Probably the only one who's who's hoping for rain, but yeah, I like the rain. Fingers crossed.
Well, hopefully it does rain for you then, but hopefully,
Yeah.
I actually wish it does rain as well, because it'll be so much more interesting in these battles. See people actually brave enough to fight it out in the wet, because I wouldn't be.
Yeah, you got it.
Anyways, good luck for the next races coming, and the next person on here it is Ston, which I had muted. I'm very sorry, Ston. He had good battles with you, because I was commentating. He was in the party with me, so that's why. Ston, you had a very, very good battle with your teammate. Did you trust him going through those corners?
Yes, I did. To be honest, I wanted anyways to let him pass because I thought he didn't have a penalty, but I fucking had it. He fucking had it.
Bro, language.
So, like for real, I asked him, "Do you have a penalty?" He said no. Otherwise, I would have just passed him. I was so much quicker than in so many parts of the circuit. But yeah, it's like, yeah, we finished that way, and I'm glad that I finished anyways after the last race.
You struggled a lot in qualifying. Like, was it because of that turn 2 you were wary of? Because we've seen you go off there quite a lot of times. Tell us what happened in qualifying.
Well, in qualifying, I could not get in Q2 and 3 I could not get the tires to work, especially around the 4th corner. I had a lot of oversteer around the last corner of sector 2.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Baku will be more suitable to me than China was.
China's not really good for Force India. Did you struggle there through the other corners as well?
No, I just struggled in two, like in one corner of sector 2 and in one corner on sector 1. So it's not really, it wasn't really such a big problem.
Overall, do you think it was a good race of battles with you two, Zach and you?
Thank you very much. It was a blast.
were you very, very scared of Jocko behind you? Because what I was thinking in commentary was, you stay behind Zach for a second. What I was thinking of, Zach slowing down for you in the final sector, so you could get the activation point for a second, and using the DRS, the slipstream, so he couldn't overtake. Was it because of tyre problems? Because we know that Jocko was on the better tyres at that moment in time. So you saw I saw that you parked your car in the middle of the road, so he couldn't get the inside or outside. That was a very fantastic move, and ideas.
Thank you. Well, I pitted on lap 9, 2 laps early, 1 lap earlier. No, I think it was 2 laps earlier than Zach did. So my tires were enough. Like, I don't know, they were just not there. I had on lap 29, 25 over, I think it was 60% of usage. So it was hard to get the car not to oversteer, but I still kind of managed it. I went off a few times. Zach slowed down for me, yes, so I could get the DRS, so Jochen could not overtake me, but still Jochen went for a hell of a fight. was hard to just like let him behind me or just like try to like don't let it pass. Yeah.
Oh, I've got another question as well. What happened in that long right-hander in lap 1? Because we saw you and Gengan go off there. To explain what happened there.
I was on the inside and he just like cut in. He just cut into me, and after that he spun by. I waited for him to like drive because I kind of a bad person to like, so he could like get on the right side of the track again. But he just purely went into me, didn't watch his mirrors or something. Happens. It's a race incident at the end.
Yeah, it's lap 1.
I don't have much to comment on it.
Oh, well, anyways, you made a good recovery drive and you had a few good battles. You believe the Force India you got P7 and 8 or P6 or 7? I can't remember which way it was.
P6 and 7 it is.
That's not bad for Force India. Hope you keep that up in Azerbaijan and the next races coming. You two got good pace together.
Yeah, we do. Thanks God. Thank you very much.
Anyways, have a good race for Azerbaijan, and the next person, it is Hayes. Hayes, mate, can you explain what happened to Beastie Boy into turn 2? Did he collide with you?
What, when he dive bomb?
I couldn't see it because I wasn't spectating that moment point. I was spectating another battle, but I just came to the point where Beastie struck. Oh yeah, I remember that dive bomb into turn 3. I remember that one.
But then turn 2, I don't know, I think he was going around the outside and he had no room and then he went on the grass and spun out.
You and Sandman had an amazing battle at the end of the race, but unfortunately you couldn't get Sandman. Was it because he had the better tyre strategy? Because you were on them soft tyres for quite a long time as well at the end of the race?
I think so, but his pace was really good in that Red Bull size. But he had a 3-second time penalty, so I got the position anyway.
Oh, that's nice. Did you struggle at all in that Chinese race? Because we saw you sliding quite a lot at the corners, or was it just the tyres? The feel of the tyres?
Yeah, definitely just the tyres. They weren't. I don't think they were working as well as I thought they would. Well, because I had to go like 15 laps on the medium,
Yeah.
and they were like 60%. And then my soft tyres were pretty ruined at the end.
Were you amazed by Tom's pace in that race?
No, I know he's quick because I do commentary on his league that he's in.
Oh, you commentate together as well? You race together?
No, he races in a league where Grant racing as well on a Friday and Saturday night, and
Yeah.
no one can really compete with him at the moment.
Apart from Chris, I think that's really the only guy that can, to be honest.
Yeah. So I knew as soon as he joined he's going to win. That's why I said in the chat he's a new Sandman.
Yeah, definitely. We know
When he
Sandman's got
joined.
really good pace. Obviously, last season in Ferrari. So I think Tom's pretty much the same.
Well, imagine Sandman and Tom in the Ferrari together. What would you two do?
Mate, we'll be absolutely giving a white flag, mate. White
Your
flag.
thoughts on that incident with Beastie?
my point, like my view, did you say?
Yeah.
Well, that turn 3 one, I didn't see the turn 2 one, but the turn 3, he shouldn't have gone for that move in the inside. That was off the track, onto the curb. And I've got it on the stream anyway, so it don't matter. And he almost looked like he hit into Sandman as well on that way.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
And
I put that in my video as well.
so that's 2 times you had a problem with the Ferrari.
Oh, and last week as well, and then they tried blaming me. You know,
Oh, hey, do you know when I was talking about JJ Knox, you purposely took out JJ Knox, I was only joking, you know.
Oh yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That guy's a fucking idiot, man. I don't know why you would do that to someone when you're a fucking and then his punishment was, okay, now get to go down to where there's slower drivers.
I suppose he's not in our league, so we can forget about him.
It cost Hayes loads of points though, unfortunately.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I was definitely backing up Hayes.
I had a 5 second
Obviously.
time penalty,
Unfortunately, I didn't see it. You
Yeah,
know,
mate.
You all know why I didn't see it. I didn't see none of the race.
What do you do? Take some sleeping pills or something?
I think I took them at the wrong time.
Yeah, I think you did, bro.
But yeah, anyways, thanks for the stream. I'm gonna watch that. When I go to
Yeah,
bed.
brilliant, Jamie.
Yeah, welcome. It was a fantastic
Well done,
race. I've got loads and loads of battles on there. I tried.
You
It's gonna
got
be
the battle
fantastic.
between me and Zach, right?
Yeah, I got all of them, mate. Even the P14 and P15s.
Oh my god.
Great job staying awake.
Didn't know Snorlax was a commentator.
Catch you on Sunday, guys. Take it easy.
Take it easy, bro.
Yeah, see you later, bro.
Right, guys, thank you so much for that race. That was a fantastic race, the best one I've ever seen in the league race. And the back markers weren't a problem either, fortunately this time, because they actually got out of the way for Tom, even though despite they were battling.
You know, the moment the granny tried to pass me while I was like behind the Renault.
Did you
got that as well?
Did you say the granny?
Yeah, the Mercedes.
Oh, I thought you said the granny. Oh, Granty boy.
What?
See Mercedes.
The Mercedes. Yeah, like he tried to pass me. He just came like from nowhere. Like I didn't even watch. I didn't even see it.
F1 Hardy, sub for sub. F1 Hardy. Right, F1 Hardy, sub for sub. Go to his channel. Subscribe. There we go. 134 subscribers for you. And where's the other guy?
Didn't interview me.
Crumple. You don't have to interview. We've seen enough of you. You were just too quick in that race, Tom.
Careful commentary, not obviously.
Granny. Okay, I'm sorry. Here's the questions then. Did you have a good race? And do you think you'll improve in Azerbaijan as well? Take it as a no. You didn't reply. We've got a few technical issues here. We can't hear the other guy at the end of the line, so we're going to leave it at there.
I'll speak for him. I'll speak for him.
Go on then.
No, I will not, because I will crash everyone out in the first corner, and I will let Stone win in the Force India.
Subscribe to Screw Young Sweeney's, not me. Not this channel. You can subscribe to this channel if you want, but Screw Young Sweeney's is my main one. I understand what you don't get.
Can you join Ryan's party, please?
So guys, in the comments, how do you think that race went? I know a few of you watching, a few of you are fanboys of some drivers like Ston. Ston, you had the support in my stream as well.
Yeah, I know. My friend sent it to me. Like the other commentator, you know. he will be supporting you on Sunday.
I hope he comes in the streams to support you, because you need the support. You got P7 today after that first lap chaos, but still you managed to work your way back up calmly and safely as well, and progress your way through the field. Dre's Bazin, you're Pierre Gasly. You don't deserve it. I'm joking.
No, you're right, man.
No, just hope, mate, that your engine don't blows up.
Yeah, well.
It was good finally to watch a race without hearing the snoring for once. Granted for the win in Azerbaijan. That's very hard to decide. I haven't checked anyone's pace in Azerbaijan, but I'm definitely driving. I'm joking. I love Azerbaijan, but I want to see who's actually got a good setup for there. Very, very hard into turn. Well, the last two corners, the castle section. What else is there? There's loads of hard corners.
Castle section, the left-right combo.
Grant's so good he can drive with one hand and no eyes. Why?
And still win.
Why he needs his natural.
He's got a huge fan base. He has.
Yeah, he's got a massive fan base in here. Right guys, that's the end of the stream. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my other channel, Screw Young Sweeney's, which I put down in whatever it's called, comments. And we're tuning in for Sunday 8 PM 7:30. I keep saying, for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Do not miss out this one, because I guarantee there'll be loads of crashes coming soon. Right, thank you so much for watching. Peace out. JB Boy, this is God.